take a breath. If you can, light your candle and open your journal. Let's pray. God, quiet our hearts and meet us here. Amen. Welcome to In God's Presence, Day 19.
I am Joseph.
Genesis 42 to 45. The famine has spread everywhere, even Canaan. Jacob's family is starving, and Jacob sends his sons to Egypt to buy grain. 10 brothers, walking into a room, looking for help. They have no idea who they're about to face. Joseph's sitting in the grain distribution center. He's the one who controls Egypt's food supply. Anyone who wants grain goes through him. And then he sees them, 10 men, bearded, weather-worn, dressed like shepherds. They bow low, faces to the ground. Joseph's heart stops, his brothers, the same men who threw him in the pit, who sold him for 20 pieces of silver, who tore his life apart. 22 years older, but he recognizes every face. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, the rest, they don't recognize him. Why would they? He was 17 when they sold him. He's 39 now, clean-shaven like an Egyptian, dressed in royal robes, speaking Egyptian through an interpreter. They think he's dead or gone forever. Joseph remembers his dreams, the ones they mocked. Your bundles will bow down to my bundle, and here they are, bowing. Joseph's face hardens. He speaks harshly, through the interpreter.
Where are you from?
From Canaan, to buy food.
You're spies. You've come to see where our land is unprotected.
No, my lord. They're terrified. We're all brothers, 12 of us originally. The youngest is with our father, and one is gone.
Joseph's throat tightens. One is gone. That's how they talk about him. Gone.
You're spies, he repeats. And I'll prove you're telling the truth. You're not leaving unless your youngest brother comes here. One of you will go get him. The rest stay in prison.
He throws them all in prison for 3 days. On the third day, Joseph brings them out.
Do this and you'll live. I fear God. If you're honest men, let one of your brothers stay here in prison. The rest of you take grain back to your starving families, but bring your youngest brother to me. Then I'll know you're telling the truth.
The brothers talk among themselves in Hebrew. They don't know Joseph understands every word.
We're being punished for what we did to Joseph. We saw his terror when he begged us for mercy. We wouldn't listen. That's why this is happening to us.
Reuben speaks up, bitter.
Didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy? But you wouldn't listen. Now we're paying for his blood.
Joseph turns away. He can't let them see his face. He's weeping. He pulls himself together, turns back, points at Simeon.
Him, he stays.
Guards seize Simeon, chain him, drag him away. Joseph orders his servants,
Fill their sacks with grain. Put each man's silver back in his sack. Give them provisions for the journey.
The brothers load their donkeys, start the journey home. That night, one of them opens his sack to feed his donkey, sees his silver right there on top of the grain.
My silver's been returned. It's here in my sack.
The brothers freeze, terrified.
What is God doing to us?
They arrive home, tell Jacob everything.
The man who's lord over Egypt spoke harshly to us, treated us like spies. We told him we're honest men, 12 brothers, sons of one father. One is gone. The youngest is with you.
He said,
Leave one brother with me. Take grain for your starving families. Bring your youngest brother back. Then I'll know you're not spies. I'll give your brother back and you can trade freely.
They empty their sacks. Every single one has his silver pouch inside. They're all terrified. Jacob's voice breaks.
You've robbed me of my children. Joseph is gone. Simeon is gone. Now you want to take Benjamin. Everything's against me.
Reuben speaks up.
You can kill my 2 sons if I don't bring Benjamin back. Trust him to me. I'll bring him home.
Jacob's response is final.
My son will not go down with you. His brother is dead. He's the only one left. If harm comes to him on the journey, you'll bring my gray head down to the grave in sorrow.
Time passes. The grain runs out. Jacob says,
Go back. Buy us a little more food.
Judah speaks, voice firm.
The man warned us. You won't see my face again unless your brother is with you. If you'll send Benjamin with us, we'll go. If not, we won't. The man said it clearly.
Jacob's anguished.
Why did you bring this trouble on me? Why did you tell him you had another brother?
The man questioned us closely. Is your father still living? Do you have another brother? We answered his questions. How could we know he'd say, bring your brother down?
Judah steps closer.
Send the boy with me. We'll leave now, so we and you and our children may live and not die. I'll guarantee his safety. You can hold me personally responsible. If I don't bring him back, I'll bear the blame before you all my life.
Jacob closes his eyes, broken.
If it must be, then do this. Take some of the best products of the land. Little balm, honey, spices, myrrh, pistachio nuts, almonds. Take double the silver. Return the silver that was put back. Maybe it was a mistake. Take your brother. Go back to the man. May God Almighty grant you mercy before the man, so he'll let Simeon and Benjamin come back. As for me, if I'm bereaved, I'm bereaved.
The brothers return to Egypt with Benjamin. Joseph sees Benjamin with them, his full brother, same mother, Rachel's son. Joseph's voice nearly breaks. He tells his steward,
Take these men to my house, slaughter an animal, prepare a meal. They'll eat with me at noon.
The steward does it. The brothers are terrified.
We're being taken to his house because of the silver that was put back in our sacks. He'll attack us, seize us as slaves, take our donkeys.
They approach the steward at the entrance.
Please, sir, we came down the first time to buy food. When we stopped for the night, we opened our sacks. Each man's silver was in his sack, the exact weight. We've brought it back, plus additional silver to buy food. We don't know who put our silver in our sacks.
It's all right. Don't be afraid. Your God gave you treasure in your sacks. I received your silver.
He brings Simeon out to them. They're taken into Joseph's house, given water to wash, fed their donkeys. They prepare their gifts for Joseph's arrival at noon. When Joseph comes home, they present their gifts, bow low. Joseph asks about their well-being.
How is your aged father you told me about? Is he still living?
Your servant, our father, is still alive and well.
They bow low again. Joseph looks up, sees Benjamin.
Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about?
He looks at Benjamin, his voice soft.
God be gracious to you, my son.
Joseph's overwhelmed. He hurries out, finds a private room, and weeps. After composing himself, Joseph returns. They eat, Joseph at his own table, the brothers at another, Egyptians at a third. Egyptians don't eat with Hebrews. It's detestable to them. The brothers are seated in order, oldest to youngest, exact birth order. They stare at each other, astonished. How does he know? Food is served from Joseph's table. Benjamin's portion is 5 times more than anyone else's. They feast, drink freely. Morning comes. Joseph gives orders to his steward.
Fill the man's sacks with as much food as they can carry. Put each man's silver in his sack and put my cup, the silver cup, in the youngest one's sack, along with his silver.
The steward does exactly as Joseph says. At first light, the brothers are sent on their way, with their donkeys. They haven't gone far when Joseph says to his steward,
Go after those men. When you catch up, say, Why have you repaid good with evil? Why did you steal my master's silver cup, the one he drinks from, the one he uses for divination? This is wicked.
The steward catches them, repeats Joseph's words. The brothers are stunned.
Why does my lord say such things? We would never do that. We brought back the silver we found in our sacks. Why would we steal silver or gold from your master's house? If any of us has it, let him die, and the rest of us will become my lord's slaves.
Very well. Whoever has it will become my slave. The rest will be free.
Each man quickly lowers his sack, opens it, the steward searches, starting with the oldest, ending with the youngest. The cup is found in Benjamin's sack. The brothers tear their clothes in grief, load their donkeys, return to the city. They enter Joseph's house, fall to the ground before him. Joseph's voice is ice.
What have you done? Don't you know a man like me can find things out?
Judah speaks, voice breaking.
What can we say to my lord? What can we say? How can we prove our innocence? God has uncovered your servant's guilt. We are now my Lord's slaves, all of us, including the one who was found with the cup.
No,
Joseph says.
only the man who had the cup will be my slave. The rest of you, go back to your father in peace.
Judah steps forward.
Please, my Lord, let me speak a word. Don't be angry with me, though you're equal to Pharaoh himself. You asked us, do you have a father or a brother? We said, we have an aged father and a young brother born to him in his old age. His brother is dead. He's the only one of his mother's sons left, and his father loves him. You said, bring him down to me so I can see him. We said, the boy can't leave his father. If he leaves, his father will die. But you told your servants, unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you won't see my face again. We went back to your servant, my father, told him what you said. Then our father said, go back, buy a little more food. We said, we can't go down unless our youngest brother goes with us. We can't see the man's face unless our youngest brother is with us. Your servant, my father, said to us, you know that my wife bore me 2 sons. One of them left me. I said, he's surely been torn to pieces. I haven't seen him since. If you take this one from me too, and harm comes to him, you'll bring my gray head down to the grave in misery. Now then, if I go back to your servant, my father without the boy, whose life is closely bound up with the boy's life, when he sees the boy isn't there, he'll die. Your servants will bring the gray head of our father down to the grave in sorrow. I guaranteed the boy's safety to my father. I said, if I don't bring him back to you, I'll bear the blame before you all my life. Now then, please, let me remain here as my Lord's slave instead of the boy. Let the boy return with his brothers. How can I go back to my father if the boy isn't with me? Don't let me see the misery that would come on my father.
Silence. Judah's on his knees, tears streaming. The man who suggested selling Joseph, now offering himself as a slave to save Benjamin. Joseph stands there, Judah's still on his knees, tears streaming, offering himself as a slave. For years, Joseph has imagined this moment. His brothers, groveling, begging, at his mercy. He's imagined revenge, making them suffer like he suffered, letting them rot in Egyptian prisons like he rotted. He's imagined justice, forcing them to confess, to acknowledge what they did. He's imagined confrontation, screaming at them.
Do you know what you did to me?
But Judah's speech, it changed something. The man who suggested selling him,
Who said, what profit if we kill our brother?
that man is now offering himself as a slave to save another brother. People change. Grace changes people. And Joseph can't hold it in anymore. He tries, his jaw clenched, hands shaking, but it's too much.
Everyone leave.
He shouts in Egyptian.
Get out.
The Egyptian officials freeze, confused.
Out. Now.
They rush out, doors slamming. Joseph and his brothers are alone. Complete silence. Then Joseph breaks. He weeps. Not quiet tears, not dignified grief. He sobs. So loudly the Egyptians in the hallway hear it. So loudly Pharaoh's household down the corridor hears it. 22 years of pain, of slavery, of prison, of loneliness, coming out in raw, ugly, gasping sobs. The brothers stare, terrified, confused, this powerful Egyptian official weeping like a child. Joseph looks up, face wet, eyes red, and speaks. In Hebrew,
I am Joseph.
the brothers freeze, every muscle locked, hearts stopped. Joseph, the brother they threw in a pit, the brother they sold for 20 pieces of silver, the brother whose blood is on their hands. They thought he was dead or lost or enslaved in some forgotten corner of Egypt. But he's here, standing in front of them, wearing royal robes, with the authority to kill them with a single word, and no one would stop him. Reuben's face drains of color. Simeon takes a step back. Judah can't breathe. Joseph sees their terror.
Is my father still alive?
They can't answer. Mouths open, no sound. Joseph steps closer, voice softer now.
Come here, please. I'm not going to hurt you.
They move closer, trembling, like children approaching a lion. Joseph's voice breaks again.
I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt.
Silence. Then Reuben's voice, barely a whisper.
We thought,
I know what you thought.
Judah falls to his knees.
My lord, we didn't.
I know.
Joseph's crying again.
I've known it was you since the moment you walked in here.
The brothers are shaking, waiting for the order, the execution, the revenge. But Joseph says something they don't expect.
Don't be distressed. Don't be angry with yourselves for selling me here.
They stare at him.
Because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. For 2 years now there's been famine. 5 more years without plowing or harvest. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve what's left of our family, to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then...
Joseph's voice is steady now, certain.
It wasn't you who sent me here. It was God. He made me father to Pharaoh, lord of his entire household, ruler of all Egypt. You meant evil, but God meant it for good. Now hurry back to my father. Say to him, your son Joseph says, God has made me lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Don't delay. You'll live in the region of Goshen. Be near me. You, your children, your grandchildren, your flocks, your herds, everything. I'll provide for you there because 5 years of famine are still coming. Otherwise, you and your household and all who belong to you will become destitute. You can see for yourselves, and so can my brother Benjamin, that it's really me speaking to you. Tell my father about all the honor given to me in Egypt. Tell him everything you've seen and bring my father down here quickly.
Then he throws his arms around Benjamin, weeps. Benjamin weeps too. Joseph kisses all his brothers, weeps over them, and after that, his brothers talk with him. Word reaches Pharaoh's palace. Joseph's brothers have come. Pharaoh and his officials are pleased. Pharaoh tells Joseph,
say to your brothers, load your animals, return to Canaan. Bring your father and your families back here. I'll give you the best of the land of Egypt. You'll eat the fat of the land. Take carts from Egypt for your children and wives. Get your father. Come. Don't worry about your belongings. The best of all Egypt will be yours.
Joseph gives them carts, provisions for the journey, new clothes for each of them. To Benjamin, 300 shekels of silver and 5 sets of clothes. To his father he sends 10 donkeys loaded with the best things of Egypt, 10 female donkeys loaded with grain and bread and other provisions. He sends his brothers away. As they leave, he tells them,
don't argue on the way.
They leave Egypt, head back to Canaan, to Jacob. They arrive home, tell Jacob,
Joseph is still alive. In fact, he's ruler of all Egypt.
Jacob's heart stops. He can't believe it. Tomorrow, the family reunites. Jacob sees Joseph again, and the story comes full circle. See you then.